All right, Brakta Yahweh, Brakta Shai, Kala Yahweh, Brakta Shai, Brakta Yahweh Kakadash, the Rahman to the Elder Pata, Great Bill to Woo Will, their citation to the Akana put to the truth, the comfortable corner of the earth, to the spirit and power of Yahweh, Brakta Shai, that the hope will elect, to the word infinitely called Jesus Christ, named Yahweh Shai, to the word infinitely called God, named Yahweh, to the word like Yahweh, and when the Hebrews are like the consist of the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and the American Indians, and all the United States. Go back to the 12 tribe of Israel due to the scattering among the nations across the four corners of the earth. This is Mahari call for the Great Wisdom Los Angeles camp back from the election. I will not style or will be edified to the freedom power of Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Yahweh Kakadash, which is the Holy Spirit. And, hey, keep all things unto himself. Alright, because he utilizes his blessings. Alright, that he was going to have the fatness of the earth, the resources, and live by the sword. And that's how you're able to carry out these attacks and steal the resources. From these different nations. Alright? Sovereign nations. Okay? Let's play this first clip.
As Secretary Rubio stated just yesterday, this is the Western Hemisphere. This is where we live. And we're not going to allow the Western Hemisphere to be used as a base of operation for our nation's adversaries and competitors and rivals of the United States. You can't turn Venezuela into the operating hub for Iran, for Hezbollah, for gangs, for Cuban intelligence agents, and other malign actors that control that country. You cannot continue to have the largest energy reserves in the world under the control of adversaries of the United States, under the control of illegitimate leaders, and not benefiting the people of Venezuela, and stolen by a handful of oligarchs inside of Venezuela. As Secretary Rubio stated just yesterday.
Alright? This dude is proud as hell. Alright? Refugee Americans proud as shit. Alright? It being that America coming up that high, what they did to Venezuela last week, you know, they think they're invincible now. Alright? So this is the Russia.
Washington is generating fresh momentum for neocolonialism and for imperialism, which were repeatedly, decisively condemned and repudiated by the peoples of this region and by the global South as a whole. Distinguished colleagues, under these circumstances, it is exceedingly important for the entire international community to unite and to definitively reject the methods and tools of U.S. military foreign policy, which have been demonstrated in the case of Venezuela. Washington.
So you have it. All right. Here. Generating fresh momentum for neo-colonialism and imperialism. Alright? And they got that high from what they did in Venezuela. Alright? You saw the ambassador to the UN for the United States there. We could take anybody's shit. Alright? They feeling themselves now. So let's go to this. Neo-colonialism. Alright, neocolonialism is the practice where powerful countries control less developed nations through economic, political, or cultural pressure rather than direct rule, maintaining dependency and exportation similar to traditional colonialism, but with a cascade of sovereignty, often be a financial institution, corporation, or political influence. All right, gotta do that. Bring a U.S. corporation into that country. And resources. Also set up a central bank. All right, it's backed by Rothschild, as well as a puppet leader. All right, the same playbook that Esau does. All right, its ideology centered on extending capitalist dominance, ensuring continued resource extraction. All right, basically stealing the resources. So they put everything in position to make sure the stealing continue. All right, setting up corporation companies as well, putting a military base there, the army to ensure that it's still in their hands via the corporation and market assets and preserving global power imbalances, leading to economic dependence and weakened local government in developing nations. Key characteristics include debt leverage to IMF, International Monetary Fund. Then you got the World Bank, unfair trade, cultural imposition, corporate exploitation, with effects like persistent poverty and political instability. America is known for doing that. Look at all the previous country nations that it had invaded. It's still its resources. And look at the aftermath. Okay, all you gotta do is see the aftermath of what they did to that country. Right? It's all fit into the neocolonialism. All right, and imperialism. All right, let's check that out. All right, imperialism is the policy or practice extending a nation's power and influence over foreign territory, often through territorial acquisitions, economic dominance, or political control using military force or indirect means like cultural influence. Driven by motives like resource acquisition, new market, and national prestige, it historically peaked in the late 19th, early 20th century with European colonization, but continues through economic and cultural dominance, creating a core per rivalry system of powerful nations controlling less developed ones. And here you know how Edom get down. All the Edomite countries controlling and dominating the lesser countries, all right, from uh, Central South America to the Africa and the other nations as well, all right. Edomite, whether from the American speaking, the Spanish speaking, the Portuguese speaking, French speaking, they all use the same playbook. All right. So Esau coming off that high. All right. It's the Habakkuk 2. And 5. For behold his soul, which is lifted up. It's not upright, right? His soul is Behold his toe, which is lifted up, right? It's him being proud, right? It's not upright, right? Can't not righteous. Continue to be wicked. It's not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. Yeah, also because he transgresses by wine, he is a proud man. See, he's all even being a proud man. All right, you saw how prideful that United States ambassador was to the UN. Right, he represent the prideful nature of you thought American people. Yeah, also because he transgresses by wine, he is a proud man, right? With that wine, that philosophy, that democracy, right? The education. And you turn that wine to what? To go and steal the resources of the other nation. He is a proud man. Neither keep it at home. That's all over the damn place. Going to Venezuela. Now you talk about going to more countries that don't belong to him, and that are starving nation. All right, and he is over there taking up the resources and destroying the places at the same time. Who enlarges his desire as hell. Everywhere you go, it's called destruction. Right? Who enlarges his desire as hell and is as death. Right? Where we at? Right? Who enlarges his desire as hell and is as death. It cannot be satisfied. It can never have enough. But gather unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. Alright? So he just steal, and gather all these things. You know? What Oh. Okay. That's it. There we go. They changed it around. Or Ecclesiasticus, or the Rock 10, which is the Apocrypha, verse 8. Alright, Ecclesiasticus 10 and 8. Because of unrighteous dealing, and everything Esau does as far as his dealing is unrighteous. Right? Contract, his agreement, alright? All these things are unrighteous. Injuries and riches got by deceit. He never get these riches the right way, or in a good way. Okay? The kingdom is translated from one people to another. And that's what happened to Esau, riches, all that stuff he had. You gotta lose it all. You gotta lose every bit of it. Okay? So he got a lot to pay for. Alright. The restitution would be in Job 20 or 22. I ain't gotta get it. But yeah, so we all you do is still resources. Alright? Keeping all things and stuff. Like I said, go back to his blessings. Alright? The fatness of the earth. Alright, and the dew of heaven. But pretty soon he's gonna lose everything that he ever took. Alright, according to prophecy. It's that, so